Today I want to walk you through how you can leverage Liongard to identify SonicWall inspectors that may have been impacted by the recent vulnerability identified by SonicWall. This vulnerability is CVE-2023-41715. We can review more details regarding this vulnerability simply Googling the CVE number, and we can also look at what SonicWall has released regarding this particular vulnerability. Now, this particular CVE impacts clients that are running SSLVPN over their firewall, and as well as clients that have public-facing management access for the versions that are listed below. And once this populates, we'll be able to see that information. Here, I actually have that on the other tab here as well. And so these particular impacted versions. And so we're going to walk through how we can identify those specific SonicWall systems using Liongard. So within Liongard, we can go to reports, and we actually have a report firewall template that we can actually leverage. So from here, we click reports. We'll then select the templates tab, and then we can go to the search bar here to the right. We'll just look and type firewall. We're gonna use the firewall firmware versions template. You'll see we have other things here, but we'll actually just leverage the SonicWall section once we actually build the report. So you'll see here that we have some information here already that will help us. But in order to actually enhance this report, we're going to actually create a custom metric to add to this report to give us what we need. So in order to do that, we're going to select admin here from the dropdown, and then go to metrics. Now, once we're at the metric page, we're going to scroll up, and we're actually going to select the add metric button here, because we're actually going to create a custom metric. So from the inspector type dropdown, we're just going to type SonicWall and select the SonicWall inspector. We're going to give this a name. This was pre-built for me, but you'll just type a name here that makes sense. I'm going to have SSLVPN server. This name, you can select whatever name, create whatever name you want. This is the one that I'm going to select for this particular metric. From there, we're going to scroll down to our query builder. And here's where we'll actually create the query. And so, as most of you know, we have two separate SonicWall versions. We have a version 6 and version 7 inspector version. And so we're going to create a query for both versions. So we'll have that ready for each type of SonicWall inspector you may have. And so I'm going to start with version 6. And here we're going to type out this query. So the SSL, we're going to type this out. Already typed this out previously, so this is why this is already pre-populated for me. But we're going to type out SSLVPN.SSLVPN server.access or access WAN. So it just really depends on your version. And so please pay attention to the actual cases. This is case sensitive. So you want to make sure that you have this typed out exactly how it is in your data print. To find this in your data print, you'll scroll down, we'll find SSLVPN here. And then we'll look within SSLVPN. We'll look for SSLVPN server. And then we'll find access WAN here. So what we're looking for is if the WAN interface has if the WAN interface has access via the SSL VPN. And so if that SSL VPN is has an accessibility publicly, basically that's what we're looking for here. So this is version 6. This is how we would do it in version 6. And so in order to set it up for version 7, we would just simply select the tab here for 7.0 to indicate version 7. I'm going to switch my SonicWall system to a version 7 system. And then I'll do the same thing here. I will then type out the SSL. Again, I've already done this previously, so this was already here available for me, but we will type out SSLVPN.server.managementweb. And this, again, we can identify that here, SSLVPN. We're going to go to server. And then we'll look for management web. Again, we're looking for the web interface to see if it is set up over the SSLVPN for this firewall. So now that we have both queries set up for both version 6 and for version 7, we're ready to add this to our report. So we'll go ahead and click save. We'll see that that was successfully saved here. We'll now navigate back to reports. We'll again select templates and again type firewall here. We'll now use the create report icon, which kind of looks like a document icon here. We're going to select that. We'll give this a name. We can just say report for SonicWall if I can spell. We'll just we'll just say CVE 2023-41715, something like that. Again, this could be whatever name you want it to be. From the environment standpoint, we're going to keep it as all environments because I'm going to look at all of my SonicWall inspectors. I'm going to remove both the Fortinet and the WatchGuard. So now we just have our SonicWall section here. We expand that. And now all we need to do is just click inside of the select metrics field. We'll scroll all the way down to the bottom and we will select our newly created metric. We'll now see that that's here. We'll add that. And so what this provides for us is, number one, the firmware version, and that is to help us identify if the firmware version that our SonicWall is an impacted version, and also to understand if the SSL VPN has the web management interface enabled over the WAN. So those two items will help us identify any systems that we need to take action towards in order to make sure that that vulnerability is patched. So that's how we can use Liongard as one example to identify systems that will help us when recent vulnerabilities are identified to continue to have good security posture around the board for our clients as well as internally. So again, thank you for joining and thank you for being with us here at Liongard.